We're Robin and Steve. We've just sailed from Espiritu Santo, Vanuatu, to Cairns, Australia, which took us about 10 days. After officially checking into Australia, we could do two things that we haven't done in ages: see family and have a barbecue. Our timing just happened to coincide with a very rare family gathering. That's my sister, the less hairy one. Mum was keen to officially welcome our boat back to Australia, and I was keen to have some quality mother-daughter time, starting off by being immersed in bubbles at the Cairns Festival. Checking out the famous Cairns Lagoon and the Sky Rail. All the touristy things. Bird World. From this beauty, we met a famously kicky, fruit-eating, endangered southern cassowary. There was a lot to do and see in a short time, including restocking on vegetables at the very excellent Rusty's Markets. Back at Mum's place, a green tree frog. And luckily not at Mum's house, crocodile, salt water. From crocodiles to snaps of friends and family. We ate way too much, with lovely people. The perfect combination. And did some other land-based activities, including circus and playing ukulele with other people at my mum's ukulele group. While I was doing all those fun things with Mum, Steve did some useful things, like add solar. With our batteries and the boat's batteries recharged, it was time to face the weather. There's champagne sailing, and then there's bad cocktail sailing. It was going to be a slow and zigzaggy trip, tipping well over one way and then the other, depending on the tack. We'd zig into bluer waters and then back into the murky, towards Fitzroy Island, Gungunji land, with its excellent steep walks. The walks are good here, but I like to spend most of my time underwater. Since we were here 3 years ago, there's been a cyclone and coastal flooding. There is some damage, obvious deterioration in the health of the coral. So after that first swim, Steve preferred to appreciate the views above water. I took up a new hobby, surveying coral for Coral Watch Australia, to help monitor the changes in the reefs over time. Once we'd seen a turtle, we were ready to move on, yet again bashing into the wind. We could still make progress south, but we had to double our distances each day, compared with how the crows fly. And winds higher than forecast against us didn't help. One of our food drawers fell out and broke. A little demonstration of the force of the waves we were dealing with. Tacking in strong winds is hard on everyone and everything, including the sails. We spotted a little sky through our genoa. Not good. Once we'd zigzagged to High Island of the Franklin Group, there were repairs to do. Steve did a beautiful herringbone stitch repair, reinforced by sail tape. Spoiler alert, Our sail will rip more in the future, so you will get a better tutorial on the herringbone stitch in the future. We'd arrived exhausted, but summoned the energy to check out High Island and its creatures on land and in the surrounding waters. I went off to do a coral survey. I find which colours best match this colour chart, and then find the type of coral and the darkest and lightest patches, apart from the growth tips. That information, combined with photos and notes on each coral, help researchers who can't possibly snorkel on every reef. Recent findings aren't cheerful, but at least offer a clue as to which reefs may recover. After a bit of a stretch on the picnic table, Steve serviced this long-suffering camera that got a scratch about a year ago and hasn't been quite the same since. Marine parks people were doing a great job of tidying up the island and keeping an eye on fishing activities. Apart from that, we didn't see anyone. And then we were off, with sails reefed, zigzagging again into the wind. Again it was rough, and we got waves in the cockpit. Wet my pants. Steve rested on an incline, and a hooded tern joined us on the uphill side of our boat. The violence of going upwind took its toll on our anchor windlass wiring. As we zigzagged again, rewiring the windlass switch would have to go on the to-do list once we got to Dunk Island, land of the Banjin and Jiru people. But for now, it was sort of in survival mode. Not terrible, just not pleasant. On the upside, we both got lots of practice at tacking solo, as we took turns resting. And then finally, calmer water at an island that has hot showers for free. I confess that my shower lasted for more than 30 seconds, but I appreciated every second. We'd gone 100 nautical miles to go 50 nautical miles on this trip, and were glad to stop. Next morning we walked to the lookout, but didn't step down onto it. The view was lovely, but we preferred watching this green tree snake. This non-venomous beauty feeds on frogs, water skinks, small reptiles and their eggs, as well as small fish, mammals, geckos, and turtle hatchlings. After admiring this snake more than the view, we headed down the hill into the forests of Dunk Island. It's easy to see how a tree snake could hide here. Another animal that camouflages well is the beach stone curlew. It is there. For our next stop, I had unfairly high expectations. This is Hinchinbrook Island, land of the Banjin and Girame people, and one of the prettiest things I've seen, with rugged mountains over 1,000 metres high. Even before we'd anchored, we'd seen manta rays and a dolphin, but we wouldn't be snorkeling here. There are crocodiles, so we inflated the dinghy. It's pretty much stowed away unless there are crocodiles. So we wouldn't be snorkeling, but the walks here are excellent. And although not as warm as the showers at Dunk Island, the freshwater swimming holes and waterfalls here have a ridiculously beautiful view, looking over Zoe Bay. It's a super popular place, and with good reason, but we'd gotten up early and beaten the crowds. we had choices of swimming holes to ourselves. These clear waters spill into Zoe Falls, just a little further down. Obviously, we swam here too, along with some beautiful freshwater fish. It was only a short stop here, but we left refreshed, ready to head to the Palm Island group and beyond to see more islands and protected reefs as we slowly head south.